Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Let's check out Seattle's starting lineup. Jay out there with Freak. Then it's Johnson. Then it's T. And it's Reyes in at the point. And for Jacksonville, they've got Vincent. Smooth out there with Randall. Then it's Big Smooth. And it's Worthy in at the 2. We're still in the first stages of the season, Doris. How much are these teams relying on analytics right now?
Kev, this is such a fascinating point you bring up because in the offseason, they look at a substantial amount of data. And what the analytics department does, go to the coaching staff. This is what we know can be effective. And there is definitely an adjustment in strategy happening.
Here's Tompkins.
Get the perimeter.
Here's Jay. Clock at 4. Seattle needs to get off a shot. Here's Reyes. No good with the triple. And Randall has got the ball here for Jacksonville.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
Jacksonville shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Seattle making a change here. Young's checked in. That one misses. Seattle with the ball. Freak with it. Johnson outside. The 3. Offensive rebound. Jay. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
Randall outside. Good ball movement here by Jacksonville. Here's Smooth. And it's Seattle with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Jacksonville this season.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
You know, both teams are competitive, but not necessarily playing yet at a championship level. And part of what makes this battle so intriguing is how close they are.
Here's Smooth after the basket by Seattle. Back to Worthy to the left side wing. The three-pointer, no good. For Seattle, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Hendricks. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Hendricks. 2 shots.
And that one misses. The weight is checked in for Jacksonville. And he's good on the second. And Jacksonville with possession. 4-point game. There's the screen. Takes a 3. Traps in the tray.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Pass to Young. Here's Tompkins. Here's Jay. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Jay's got 5 points so far. Jacksonville trails by 4. Here's Big Smooth. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Here's Smooth. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
Jacksonville foul.
These players have been vacuums on the boards recently, leading the league in rebounding the past month. Look at Big Smooth, no doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Woodson's checked in for Smooth. Good on the second free throw. Here's the waiter. Last time out, he had 14 points. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Floats it up for Randall. There's the steal. Johnson surveying the floor. Hendricks passes to Jay. Now, Freak.
Jacksonville
And there's the foul. It's on the waiter.
Number 21.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Clark, he's checked in for Seattle.
For Seattle. Number 5. Simon Clark.
To the middle. And stolen by MP. Benson with it. Pass to Woodson. Here's the waiter. Benson with it. Just 5 on the clock. From outside the arc. Hendricks pulls it in. Seattle leading by 3. Clark inside. Pass to Young. With the fadeaway. And it's good off the glass. And so here's Jacksonville. Here's the waiter. Buries it down low. The waiter's got 5.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup, nicely done.
Clark dishes to Freak. Back to Clark. Pass to Hendricks. Clark sets a screen for Freak. His three-pointer's off the mark. Jacksonville trails by 3. Randall passes to Vincent. Here's Big Smooth. Here's the waiter. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. For Seattle, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Johnson kicks to Freak. A 3 ball. They get it back. Jay, the pass to Clark. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, good vision from the inside and kicking it to the perimeter.
For Jacksonville, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And now the first timeout called here for Jacksonville.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Attention fans, now on the court is your hype squad. Get loud, let 'em hear it. The loudest and craziest fans get a free t-shirt. Let's hear it, fans.
Changes for Jacksonville. Thomas checked in for Big Smooth. And it's Bridges in for Randall. And then for Seattle, Willis comes in for Jay. And it's Ellis in for Freak. Thomas against Young.
2 minutes.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
For Jacksonville, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. Tompkins checked in for Seattle.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Seattle leading by 3. 1:52 left to play in the first. Clark outside. Just 5 to shoot. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Vincent. Pass to the waiter. Good ball movement here by Jacksonville. Jacksonville again can't hit. For Seattle, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ball game. Back to Clark. 1:04 left here in the opening quarter. Now, here's Willis. That one misses. Good defense by MP. Here's the waiter. He's covered by Clark. The waiter passes to Thomas. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Second personal foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Jacksonville shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Big Smooth, he's checked in for Jacksonville. And then for Seattle. Jackson, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Ellis in for Clark. And so he makes both from the line.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Ellis outside. Pass to Willis. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Jacksonville. And T is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Jacksonville, they have only one missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Bridges. 19 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And here is Clark. Pass to Willis. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And Seattle leads by 3. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Seattle leads by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Seattle.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
On the court for Seattle, Clark is out there with Ellis. And there's Jackson, and it's Young, and it's Willis in at the center. Now, here's Bridges. Pass to the waiter. 6 to shoot. And there's Thomas with the 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Seattle leading by 3. Now, Clark makes it off the glass. Clark's got 5 points so far. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
Now, here's Clark. He has 5. 3-pointer, Willis. He can't get it to go. We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. The waiter. Here's Woodson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Smooth checked in for Big Smooth. And Seattle also making a change. Tompkins checked in.
Shooting 1.
One shot.
And Seattle shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. To the paint. And stolen by MP. Bridges outside. Pass to the waiter. Bridges kicks to Thomas. Back to Bridges. 5 on the clock. Here's Smooth. It's good from long range. 5 points in the game.
Always a bonus when points come from unlikely sources. And you can see this guy's been working on that shot.
Ellis outside. Pass to Willis. Back to Ellis. There's the 3. Good, and the nice assist from Willis. Ellis has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For Jacksonville, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's the waiter. Bridges outside. And again, Jacksonville with the triple.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Tompkins. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Jacksonville?
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
And that one falls for Tompkins. Some changes for Jacksonville. Big Smooth comes in for Smooth. And Randall subbed in for the waiter. Jay's checked in for Seattle. Freak comes in for Young. And so Tompkins nails both of them. Here is Thomas. 5 points in the game. Bridges outside. Pass to Randall. Bridges outside. Back to Thomas. Good ball movement here by Jacksonville. Inside. Jacksonville needs to get off a shot. That's a 2 from Randall. Seattle grabs the miss.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Last game for Seattle, they picked up the W against Vancouver. Back to Bridges. Pass to Randall. Now, here's MP. He's covered by Willis. It's Thomas outside. And again, Jacksonville with the triple.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Now, here's Willis. Here's Hendricks. And Freak throws it down hard.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Randall outside. MP left side. Thomas kicks to Randall. Pass to Bridges. And here is MP. It's blocked. And pushing it up. Here's Seattle. Here's Tompkins. Here's Jay. Now, Freak. He's got 6. Here's Jay. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Looking at who's out there now for Jacksonville. Worthy comes in for Thomas. And Vincent subbed in for Bridges. And then for Seattle. Johnson, he's checked in for Willis. The Erasers subbed in for Tompkins. And that one misses. Jacksonville trails by 4. And sitting with it, we saw him with 29 points last game. There's the pick from downtown. Seattle grabs the miss. Jay's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Johnson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul, third team foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
Away team. Johnson taking 2 shots.
first one drops. Smooth checked in for Jacksonville. And Seattle also making a change. Tompkins checked in for Ellis. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Jacksonville trails by 6. Here's Vincent. They set the pick. Lets it fly. And Tompkins pulls it down.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Pass to Hendricks. Here's the eraser. Scoreless thus far. And it's blocked. Now Vincent. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Big Smooth, trying to end the drought. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Big Smooth got himself on the board with 3 there.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Pass to Hendricks. Down low, and he jams it with authority.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up.
For Seattle, they have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
And Jacksonville making a change here. Thomas is checked in. On the free throw, no good. Jacksonville trails by 5. Left side Worthy. Thomas passes to Big Smooth. Here's Vincent. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
To the inside, Jay. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 8. Pass to Vincent. Here's the 3. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Jay has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they continue to control the glass.
Now here's Freak. Here's the eraser. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. No good from the wing. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Thomas. 12 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The tray. The 3-pointer is right on target. Thomas got 6 in the quarter. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Seattle ahead, leading by 4. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
This is some retro hoops, pounding the ball inside with intent. Man, I know you love this big fella.
No need to take a million jumpers. Work with the rock down low. Good things will happen, don't you know?
Ooh, you're rhyming and you didn't even know. A poet.
Let's shift gears now and see how things are stacking up in the Western Conference.
You look at Seattle. They're a club that nobody wants to face right now. A lot of people thought they'd be outside the playoff picture. Well, think again. The way they're playing, they look like the team to beat.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game, Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game. You love the hustle, you love the work ethic he has had on display.
Jacksonville trails by 4. Woodson is out there with Randall. Then there's Worthy. Then it's Vincent, and it's Big Smooth in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Vincent, and he makes good on the layup. Vincent's got the first points to start out the third quarter for Jacksonville.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And for Seattle, they've got Freak. The eraser is out there with T. Then there's Jay, and it's Johnson in at the 3. Here's the eraser. Hasn't made one yet. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hendricks. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And Seattle leads by 4.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Worthy can't hit. And Seattle's shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Now, here's Johnson. He tries for 3. Rebounded by Jacksonville. Big Smooth got rebound number 5 here tonight. The 11-footer, that's good, and the Seattle lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Worthy. Here's Jay. 11 points in the game. Pass to Hendricks. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Hendricks has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Timeout.
Now a timeout called by Jacksonville.
Start it.
Jacksonville Lancers.
Smooth snapped in for Woodson. Here's the 2K leaderboard with last season's best free throw shooting teams.
You're not going to find many teams that were as polished from the free throw line as these two clubs a season ago.
Get open.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Here's Worthy. It's deflected. And the foul on Big Smooth. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Pass to Jay. And here's Freak. 10 points for him. There's a good screen. Good on the three-point shot. Reyes has got the lead up to 7 now for Seattle.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Here's Smooth for the 3. Jacksonville again can't hit.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. For Seattle, they have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them.
For the away team, Johnson. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Johnson. And both free throws good for Johnson. And so here's Jacksonville. They trail by 9 points. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Vincent the pass to Smooth. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Looking to end the run. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Smooth's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Johnson the pass to Jay. Here's Tompkins. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Up top, Worthy. Pass to Smooth. Good ball movement here by Jacksonville. Benson with it. Jay with the rebound.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Johnson outside. Over Vincent. Johnson can't hit. And Randall has got the ball here for Jacksonville. 7-point differential. Pass to Smooth. Shot clock at 6. Back to Vincent. Lets it go with the 3. Drills it from outside. Vincent's got 5 points in the quarter.
He doesn't need a lot of daylight. Stretches the defense night in and night out.
Johnson outside. On deep. Rebounded by Jacksonville. Now here's Worthy. Pass to Randall. Now Worthy. Back to Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Johnson, the pass to Jay. And here's Freak. Right wing. They set the pick. Here's Tompkins. It's tipped. And they put it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Timeout,
Now a
timeout.
timeout called by Jacksonville. Without question, Jay displaying his skills today.
Boy, he's been relentless, and to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
Jacksonville. Woodson's checked in for Smooth. Thomas comes in for Randall. The waiters subbed in for Worthy. And then for Seattle, Willis, he checked in for Freak. Young comes in for Tompkins. And it's Clark in for the eraser. For Jacksonville, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. The waiter passes to Big Smooth. Swiped it away. And now here comes Young leading the break. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Seattle.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
They've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time. Well, free throw shooting is a constant cause of concern for them, and today that concern has been front and center.
And Jacksonville making a change here. Bridges checks in. Ellis, he's checked in for Seattle. So he comes up empty at the line. Jacksonville shooting reasonably well, 45%. It's Thomas, high post. Out left to the wing. Screen by MP. Vincent. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. On the wing, Johnson. Defended by Bridges to end the cold streak. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Let's have a look at the league's top scores for the past month. To say these guys have been hot is an understatement. Well, you look at Vincent, second in the league, having an excellent season.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
The first free throw is good. And so Clark nails both of them. Jacksonville trails by 4. Bridges outside. Pass to the waiter. Back to Bridges. Here's Vincent. Good defensive work there by Young. Seattle leading by 4. On the wing, Johnson. 1:37 left in the third quarter of the game.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
Bridges passes to the waiter. Here's Vincent. He's guarded by Ellis. Vincent with it, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Big Smooth, he's checked in for Jacksonville. Jackson, he's checked in for Seattle. For Seattle, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Pass to Young. Outside, Willis puts up a 3. Nailed from three-point land. Willis has got 5 points so far.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Thomas outside. Goes back up. That's good, and the Seattle lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Woodson.
And so far are going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Ellis outside. And the 3 off target. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Jacksonville. Thomas kicks to Bridges. Outside Thomas. Pass to the waiter. Clock at 6. For 3. That's good, and the Seattle lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Thomas. Here's Ellis. Now, here's Willis. Over Kaneko. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And it's 7 points for money.
Boy, you cannot leave him alone like that. Good form on the fadeaway jumper.
And we reached the end of the third. Seattle leads by 4. And when we reach... And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Thomas. Big smooth out there with Woodson. Then it's Bridges. And it's the waiter in at the 1. Pass to Young. Launches a 3. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis.
3 points.
Ellis has got 3 assists now in this one.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now, here's Thomas. The 3. It's Clark with the rebound. Over to the wing. Ellis outside. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. Clark outside. To the wing right side. Bridges against Ellis. And that one, good. And it's a 9-point Seattle lead. Jacksonville shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And Thomas has it in the corner. Second shot opportunity. Seattle grabs the miss.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Here's what's coming up on the schedule for Jacksonville. On Thursday and then on Wednesday.
Clark. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Jacksonville trails by 10. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Knocks down the 3 ball.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
And here is Clark. Young outside. This one for 3. Pass to Jackson from past the arc. The basket good. Off the assist from Young. Jackson's got the lead up to 10 now for Seattle. For Jacksonville, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Bridges passes to Thomas. Up and in with the jumper near the hoop. Thomas got 19 points.
And really a good defensive effort there to protect the rim, but the positioning just too good. Got to deny him the ball before he gets to that spot.
Now here's Jackson. Back to Willis. Pass to Jackson. 4 on the clock. And Young kicks to Ellis. Launches it. And no good. Jacksonville trails by 8. Down low. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
Listen, turnovers happen. You've got to move on to the next play.
Randall's checked in for Big Smooth. And Seattle also making a change. Hendricks is checked in. For Seattle, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Young outside. Lets the 3 fly. That shot, no good. For Jacksonville, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's the waiter. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Hendricks. Off target from outside. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Jacksonville, trailing here by 8. Here's the waiter. Three-pointer. Here's Randall. It's blocked. Now, here is Young. Clark outside. Stolen away. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for Jacksonville, Bridges taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Some changes for Jacksonville. Big Smooth, he's checked in for Woodson. Smooth comes in for Thomas. And Worthy subbed in for the waiter. Big group substitution here for Seattle. Jay's checked in for Willis. Johnson comes in for Young. Tompkins checked in for Ellis. The Erasers subbed in for Clark. Seattle calls timeout. And Jacksonville making a change here. Vincent's checked in. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Seattle's coach as he addressed the team. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's the screen. Pass to Hendricks. Trying to get something going, and Freak throws it down hard.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And so here's Jacksonville after the basket by Seattle. Worthy the pass to Smooth. Good, and it's Worthy picking up the assist. And that's 10 points for Smooth.
That's a huge three-pointer. He'd love to become a go-to guy for them here in crunch time.
Yeah, and when he gets going, he adds another dimension to their offense that can make a huge difference when the game's on the line.
Here's the eraser. And it's Seattle with another.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Worthy feeling it out a bit. Here's Vincent. Jay with the rebound. Jay's got it, got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Tompkins. Pass to Jay. Freak sets a screen for Johnson. Drains it from beyond the arc. And now it's a 10-point Seattle lead. Jacksonville shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. To the paint. And stolen by Freak. Here's the eraser. Worthy defending. Here's Tompkins. Now Freak takes the 3. The shot by the eraser. No good. There's 1:54 left here in the fourth quarter. To the middle. It's tipped and stolen by Freak. Here's the eraser. Defended by Vincent. Out of bounds. Jacksonville takes possession. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing. When to rise up and swat that one away.
1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Jacksonville trails by 10. Here's Smooth. Puts up a deep 3. The long distance 3 is buried. Smooth's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Here's Tompkins. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Second personal foul, second team foul. Shooting for Seattle, Tompkins at the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Smooth. Pass to Vincent. There's a screen. Shot clock at 5, and he gets it to go from the high post.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's Jay. 3-pointer. Tompkins misses. 43 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Randall. It drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So they foul intentionally.
Randall, second personal foul, third team foul.
It's the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
The away team, Johnson.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
Well, we know this. Free throw shooting is such a mental aspect of the game. This guy keeps his composure and comes through.
Now a timeout called by Jacksonville. They're trailing by 7. And what's their best move at this point?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Smooth. Big Smooth the pass to Randall. Benson with it. 3-pointer, Worthy. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So it's Seattle winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And now, our player of the game, Jay.